actually happened. And the man of the series for that contest has produced his own diary, the West Indies Tour Diary. Please welcome the greatest all-rounder ever to have walked the face of the universe in the history of creation, Steve Waugh.
Thanks for the introduction, Thank you.
I hope I didn't overdo that introduction there.
No, I was more than happy with that introduction, mate. I'll take that any time.
Oh, will you?
Yeah, certainly.
You're not a humble man, are you, Steve? Now, Steve, great diary, really interesting stories in here, including when your twin brother, Mark, for those who don't follow cricket, also plays for Australia. You play together, and you describe on one occasion you had a premonition about Mark while you were batting together. What happened?
I think it was during the first test, actually, and it's happened a couple of times before that just when the bowler's about to bowl a ball, I just get this feeling sometimes that I know he's going to get out. And obviously it's not too handy for Mark because I don't tell him, but...
You don't tell him?
No, well, I haven't got time to tell him, but he's not real happy about it. But
did you actually visualise
well, I just thought that he was going to get caught behind on that ball, and unfortunately for Mark it did happen. So
wow.
Yeah, it's happened a couple of times. Yeah, I should have told him, yeah.
Did you, when you were seeing this, was it like the Channel 9 cricket? Did you see it from different angles and the slow motion?
Just the one angle, mate, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah.
What is it about? Have you ever explored why this is with twins?
No, not really, no. I guess we've had a few funny experiences over the years, and when Mark took my spot a few years ago when he first made the side and I got dropped.
You were playing like a dog in that.
Yeah, well, I probably deserved it, yeah. But, yeah, we've certainly had a few funny experiences.
Yeah, well, the tour was extraordinary, and many of the remarkable moments seemed to centre around you, starting with the Brian Lara catch. Now, we've got to go through this. Again, for those who don't know, Brian Lara was considered the best batsman in the world. It was the first test, and Steve took a catch when he was on 65, which turned the game. Some reckon turned the series, and yet people thought he hadn't caught it. Now, you've seen it before. We're going to show it to you again. Okay, here it is, so don't mention it.
I've seen it quite a few times.
Yeah, here's the Brian Lara catch. Now, watch closely. There it is. Now, here's the slow motion replay. Now, watch carefully here. Right, now...
Well, that's in my wrist.
Okay, what happened? It hit your wrist.
Actually, in the backyard, we played cricket many years, and one hand, one bounce was always out, so I thought I might as well take it out. But, no, I guess looking back on it, it does look a little bit funny, but in actual fact, my hand jammed at the same time, bounced off here, up on my wrist here, rolled down, and ended up in that hand, so... To me, that was out.
You genuinely thought
I genuinely thought I caught it, yeah.
Does it bother you that the word cheat is mentioned next to your name?
Definitely, yeah. I wasn't happy about it, particularly when a guy like Viv Richards mentioned it. It was certainly pretty disturbing, and I got a lot of nasty phone calls when I got to Trinidad, and
sorry about
a lot
that,
of letters. It was pretty hard to take. I mean, the crowd booed me every time I went on the field, and as I say, I got a lot of phone calls and a lot of people hassling me, so... But
you're very much into the traditions of cricket and fair play. Have you ever had a situation where you haven't caught a batsman, he's been given out and you've called him back?
Oh, it's happened a couple of times, yeah. I mean, I've certainly... I know I've bowled a couple of times and I've had blokes caught, batsmen caught behind and haven't given it out, and there's a couple of times where I've said that it's bounced when the umpire thought it was out, so it's certainly gone both ways, yeah.
Well, another incident which sticks in the mind is the Curtly Ambrose incident, where you and he had a pleasant mid-pitch exchange. Again, we got footage of this. This was Steve here, ducks under a quickest delivery, compliments Curtly on the delivery, and Curtly takes exception.
Well, that's exactly what I said, actually. How do you know that?
Weren't you a little concerned? Like Curtly is at rough estimates 11'2" tall.
Yeah, he's probably got me covered if I took him on in the boxing match. But I think in that situation, the wicket was sort of in his favour, and he was fired up, I was fired up, and the situation of the game, I was over on top, and I thought I had nothing to lose. I may as well try and say a few words and try and unsettle him, and it certainly did that. Yeah.
If Richie Richardson hadn't dragged him away, do you think he would have gone for you?
I think he was pretty keen to have a go at me. Yeah. He obviously didn't like what I said to him. Yeah.
What would you have done?
Panicked, yeah. He's a bit bigger than me, but I had the bat in my hand, so I think I had a big advantage, yeah.
You would have played it like you played the bouncer, sort of like that.
I think nothing to cover, that's for sure. But yeah, it's the first time I've seen him lose a pot on the field, and he was a bit upset about it, yeah.
Did you feel you got a mental victory over him?
For a couple of seconds I did, yeah, until he bowled the next ball. Yeah.
Yes, which was pretty quick. You scored in the last test, or the winning test, sorry, you scored a double century, which is very rare in cricket, which took 9 hours. How much sweat do you lose in an innings like that?
I certainly replaced it after the game, mate. But, yeah, you do. You lose a lot of sweat, and that's one of the reasons why I take that red rag in my pocket. It's a bit of a good luck charm, but it certainly soaks up the sweat as well. But
when you say you replaced it after the game, did you just crack open cold tins of sweat after?
Yeah, well, something along those lines, yeah. Yeah, pretty similar, yeah.
There's actually a photo here of you and Glenn McGrath in the dressing room after that innings, and you've got ice packs on your arm, and Glenn McGrath's holding...
It looks like a bottle of Coke there,
yeah. Yeah, well, it's not exactly though, is it?
No, there's a little bit of something inside that. But, yeah, Southern Company, in fact.
Southern Company.
Sweat, yeah.
Sweat. Now, how buggered are you that after an innings like that you can't even hold your own?
Yeah, it doesn't look good there, does it?
No.
It looks like a dummy or something.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I was certainly tired, but I was very happy about that innings while I played. And
but don't be modest here, Steve. Take us through the pain. The pain of 200.
It definitely does hurt. I mean, the knocks and bumps you get off those guys, but...
No, Steve, I've got to help you out here. Okay. What you've got to do, next time you ask this question is, well, mate, the bones are broken, I had cuts 2 inches deep.
Okay, yeah, we'll jazz it up a bit next time, yeah. But I did have a couple of sore fingers, and I probably have got a broken finger on that index finger. So
that's broken now?
That finger there, yeah, it's still a little bit sore.
Finger wrestle?
No, definitely not with this one, no.
Damn. Yeah. Well, the series against the West Indies was fierce, but this summer you're up against Pakistan, and there's no love lost between Australia and Pakistan. In fact, they tried to bribe, allegedly, some of Australia's cricketers. Allegedly.
Well,
allegedly, yes.
Possibly, I'm not sure of that, but it certainly will be a tough series, yeah. They're a good side, they've got a couple of really quick bowlers, Wasm Akram and Wacky Innes, probably the two best in the world, and
is it hard to respect,
they're very aggressive, yeah.
Is it hard to respect a guy called Wacker?
Well, it's hard to look at him straight in the face and call him that, I suppose,
yes.
But he certainly bowls quick enough to earn some respect.
Well, Steve, I'm sure you'll be there in the forefront, scoring double centuries and getting badly hurt on Australia's behalf.
Well,
Steve,
I hope so. I'd love to, yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Edward.